Hi Taurus, here is a general look at your solar chart for August 2016. And you've had Saturn in Sagittarius in an area which is to do with clearing the decks for new beginnings, but quite a go slow going on that. It can feel like the wheels are going around very, very slowly, inwardly. There might be some turmoil. This is a long transit. But I'm mentioning this straight off the bat because you will be getting an acceleration now. And that's Mars coming into this sector of your solar chart. So that may mean a declutter or some kind of reset will be speeded up. So whether that's emotionally, whether that's with a contract, whether that's with maybe you're able to ditch an ailing or stale or chronic situation, and thereby clearing the decks for these new beginnings, clearing the ground for the new green shoots to come up. So you're coming out of where the Sun and Mercury and Venus are concerned. You're coming out of a time when it's been quite inward looking and quite sensitive. This the long-running transit of Saturn is also a bit like that, but it will be speeding up with Mars coming in there. So you will be feeling this like you're just a little bit less kind of contained or less protected with this energy around, and feeling as though you don't have sole control over something, that it's a situation which is shared. So that can be on a business side of things, like with an agreement, a contract, or it can be more very close to home emotionally. And this Mars position emphasizes that and will help encourage a shift, a transition, a change of gears in emotions, or it's the driver behind some kind of change anyway. So you could feel very touched by somebody or something or a situation. You could be more sensitive yourself, but also more sensitive to the feelings and the situation, the conditions that others are in. And also as well, this kind of ring of secrecy that often comes along with the 8th house. So whether they're not saying everything or you're not saying everything, or whether everybody will be dealing with this transit in a slightly different way, whether you are both kind of playing a kind of a bit of a game. But I think because it is a transitional house, it's a gear change house, you could make some kind of a breakthrough with Mars coming back into here, because it was in there much earlier on in the year. So Mars coming into here can mean quite intense situations, but also this feeling of releasing into a new set of conditions or a new idea, or it just gets onto a different stretch of road anyway. Also, I must mention as well, it can mean quite a sizzly interchange with another, and a feeling that you have a real strong connection with another. For some of you, it'll be panning out that way, because it is never one size fits all with astrology, sun sign astrology especially. So we do have Mercury in actually quite a potentially romantic area of your chart all month, but it's also the area of children, young people, just spontaneity, playing with ideas, playing games, being innovative in your thinking, likely to be increased communication or involvement there with that younger energy, and also with pets maybe as well. And as I said before, it could help you to be more romantically expressive, or just more spontaneous in the way you express yourself. Mercury is going retrograde right at the very end of the month, in the last couple of days. And then we have Venus, which she's been bringing a nice friendly energy into the root of your chart. So that might have meant your home, your community, or regarding property, or regarding the neighborhood, and you feeling, more like you welcoming others into your home, or indeed you are the guest in their home. So that's a nice a balancing, harmonizing energy, particularly around family as well. But then from the 6th, Venus moves out of there into the same spot that Mercury's in, this more fun orientated area, even though the Sun is going to be grounding you and rooting you and anchoring you to your feelings within, but also maybe to a particular location or a particular place. Or it might not be like that. It might be anchoring you more with family, connecting with family more there. So Venus is coming into this potentially romantic area, potentially you enjoying being maybe the center of attention a bit more, you enjoying entertainments or arts or leisure activities a bit more, and that's from the 6th onward. And also, of course, this connection with young people, children, animals, pets, leisure performance type activities as well. Okay, so now we have, I mentioned Saturn. So Saturn means that trying to finalize or trying to complete a previously held or agreed setup or contract, whether that is in a business sense or in your personal life, and maybe it's for you something that you can't let go of, or it's not very easy to let go of, or it might be something else from the past which you're now having to slowly rectify if it needs it, of course. And you have to live within the parameters of certain aspects of the old situation for a while. And either way, though, you will be slowly transitioning into this fresh perspective, which I reckon will be speeded up for the 6 weeks, roughly 6 weeks, that Mars is going through there from the 3rd of August. And you Taurians born the 28th of April to the 1st of May, or with 9 to 11 degrees rising, you can feel that blocking, slowing energy of Saturn the most, but also when Mars comes along, as I say, this will tend to pick things up and actually manifest conditions or bring up choices or allow you to make decisions which will tend to speed all of that side of things up. Right, so now we have Saturn on Neptune. I mentioned that last month, and because of the long transit of Neptune through your 11th house, your view of some friendships or associations may be rather distorted, or somebody maybe in the larger group to which you belong, whether that is in your personal life or whether that is on a wider world scale, whether that is to do with your ideals, your principles, whatever. There could have been some leading up the garden path going on here, whether you are affiliated to them or not, because it might be another type of group or a circle which you know about, and which for some reason or other is emphasized at the moment. So here's where you're most easily led into a false way of thinking. But on the other hand, here is where you're most likely to be given the support that you need, or indeed you put out your hand, a friendship to another, and support them, maybe even over and above the call of duty. It often is that way with Neptune. So a special group you're involved with may cause you to sacrifice more than you should, or maybe they don't appreciate your talents enough to evaluate your situation properly, or evaluate your situation in the way that is tailor-made to you. So certain friends or group members may take advantage of you, or maybe you are blind to certain others, whether they're members of a group or maybe they're just part of your inner social circle. Anyway, Saturn close to Neptune by degree at the moment will help you to clear the decks of false, negative or draining influences coming through your connections, your group contacts, your friendships, Saturn also gives you the chance to become active in a good cause, or something that is humanitarian, altruistic, or indeed to do with social reform as well. Okay, so that one's still going on there. And then we have Jupiter, planet of potential abundance and growth, very positively influencing your sun sign. Now, I should just mention before I continue with Jupiter, that's what I was trying to remember. We've got Mars going across Saturn, and that's, for your information, the 21st to the 26th. Also, the Sun is going across Saturn, so that time there could put you a bit on a go slow, feel like your wheels are in the mud, or you feel more pressure on you for some sort of reason, or just things, more responsibility, or just things are going slower. So bear that in mind when scheduling. And also Saturn square Mercury and Venus, that's happening on the 5th and the 6th and the 12th and the 13th respectively. So again, you having an awful lot on your mind on the 5th and the 6th, and maybe talking about scheduling and timetables, that there could be, or paperwork, there could be more of that. Or Venus, the 12th to the 15th, having to watch your P's and Q's in certain relationships. It could be like that. Yeah. So that's for your information. Now back to Jupiter. So that this planet has been in a brilliantly good angle to your sun sign, just giving you that extra lift, that motivation, or that protection, or that abundance, or whatever it's been about, opportunity, potential coming your way. This is a time when you find yourself being more appreciated, more center stage, and having more opportunity to make an impression, make a good impression. At times it'll encourage even a self-indulgent energy, and you could definitely be appreciating, admiring glances coming your way, either because of something you are or something you're doing. Also a feeling of having the chance to dive into something new, which is empowering, which is it might be connected to the arts or entertainment, or leisure or performance activities, but whatever it is, you get a lot out of it. It could even be to do with children as well. Now, Taurians born from the 11th to the 19th of May, or with 21 to 29 degrees rising, are going to feel that energy the most. That's it for August. If you know your rising sign and your moon sign, listen to those, and also you may be able to find this material on my website. I really do hope so. DianaGarland.com. It should be there. And I'll see you the next time.